On Monday of this week, I had some time after work to be able to stream Mythgard, which was a lot of fun, so thank you to everyone who got a chance to stop by. And during that time, we actually were playing a couple of different decks, and this was one of them. This is a blue-yellow tempo deck that I've been tinkering around a little bit here and there, and this is the list that I've come up with. The resolution here is a little bit strange, but I wanted to be able to get the entire list in a single shot here. Before we go too far, Turn of Seasons is the path that we're running, and Impel is the power that we have for this tempo-centric deck. Essentially, the idea of this deck here is that we want to try to have the biggest creature on board pretty much every turn and try to set back our opponent's plan in doing so. So how are we going to accomplish both of those things at the same exact time, Corey? Well, I'm glad that you asked. So we've got quite a few big butts here. We've got fossegrim and meso libre at the 3-drop slot being the 3/4s, and some pretty nice 2-drops in the form of Valkyrie Tough and einherjar thane. So something to note about this deck is you'll notice that we have a double blue gem 2-drop and a double yellow gem 3-drop. So there's never going to be any games where we're going to go Valkyrie Tough into Meso Libre. So there's going to be a lot of trying to understand the best burns each turn. If you can ideally go einherjar thane into Meso Libre, sometimes that's better than having a Valkyrie Tough on turn 2 and then not having something to do on turn 3. But if you can go Tough into fossegrim, is a pretty strong play. Thane into Meso Libre, pretty strong. You'll notice that I'm not factoring in freki scout into any of this. Scout is here mostly for being on the draw, and if you really need something to interact with a 1-drop from an aggressive deck, we don't have anything like ignitions or the like to be able to interact. So for the most part, you're going to be charging the scout almost every single time that you draw it, unless you can't, and it'll be really just for the times that you're on the draw. I need to have something to interact pretty early, but ideally you're playing Thane or Valkyrie Tough on turn 2, followed up by fossegrim if you play Tough, and Meso Libre with Thane if you can. And this is just a very, very strong opening, which can all get powered by the following: Ollama Ring, or something like Thunderclap, Valkyrie Enforcer, Bragi Runesinger, a number of very, very strong follow-ups. So you can see that this 2-3-4 progression that this deck sort of has set up is very strong. Bulwark being able to work in there sets up a number of great trades for a number of your minions that already have great trading abilities. Cataclysms alongside the late game of blackened jotun, giant stairway, and a pair of harvesters is the late game. You'll notice that there's also a pair of vicious cycles, something that you want to try to play as late in the game as possible. Playing it on curve or something on turn 3 or turn 4 is not a great use for the card. It's typically to get some big threat out of the way that by the time your opponent's drawing a card, it's not going to matter. You're either going to be pushing for lethal or setting up to lethal, where the additional card they'll have won't matter. So this is pretty much the deck for the most part. Again, Turn of Seasons for the paths, just because it helps us generate some value over time. Not really looking to get a lot of these creatures back with Journey, since they don't have a lot of awaken abilities and what have you. And Impel, along with creatures like fossegrim and what have you, is really great for this deck to be able to either move your threats around out of the way of necromancers or other creatures that you just don't want to be interacting with, or to be able to get over and fight some creatures that have been moving away from you from your opponents. So that is the deck. I'll go ahead and leave the deck code down in the description. We've actually got a pair of games that were from the stream last night that we'll go ahead and watch right now, so enjoy the games and we'll catch you next time. Out some of the decks that we'll be playing today. 3 of them that are in there for sure. If we end up changing things up, we'll talk about the deck lists throughout the stream, but those are the 3 that I wanted to get in there for sure. Crushing, well, we won 1, lost 2, and now we're going to play the OP deck. So, to note with this deck, unless you have einherjar thane into Meso Libre as your 2-3, your first burn should always be a blue card. And since we've already got a Tough, I'm just going to burn this one. This early on, I don't think you worry about power level. That's pretty easily adjustable. Yeah, you just want to make sure that people aren't playing against a card that's going to make them have too much of a bad time. So we unfortunately didn't draw a blue card other than fossegrim or bragi to be able to play this tough. We drew like all of our yellow cards. I would love to be able to do something like, I guess we're gonna have to burn bragi to be able to do this, but what I'm gonna actually end up doing is I'm gonna put the tough here. With next turn, the plan is to get a value trade with our fossegrim. Fossegrim has an awaken ability that says your other friendly minions get a free move action. So we'll move this guy over, get a trade here. He is running impel versus infuse. So normally they would actually be able to, if I put this in the same lane, use their power to just make this trade. But actually we want to have this 3/3 for 2 just go the distance. So we're, oh, okay, I see. They're going to preemptively do that, which is actually not going to work out great for them because, okay, we've got a clap now. We've already got our 2 blue kind of wrapped up here, and we don't need all of these bulwarks. So let's go ahead and put this fossegrim where they can block this 1/1 next turn. Move over our Valkyrie Tough. Get this 2/1 out of the way instead. And now if they want this thing to live longer than next turn, then they have to use their hero power and use 2 mana next turn. I think there's a lot more counterplay to that, though. Like, I've been playing Reanimator a lot, Ian, and I've realized that there is a significant amount of counterplay to Necromantic. And the players that I noticed were the ones that were doing it are the ones that I noticed had, like, you know, the alpha Mythril tags and what have you. So the people that have obviously been playing against this card in its multiple iterations over the course of however long. So here we're actually pretty good on libres. We are actually just going to go ahead and take the turn to get ollama down. Hello. Okay, there we go. We'll regen back up to a 4/4, which is nice. At the end of the day, I am for whatever gets people to want to play the most games. For me right now, I don't have any problem with Necromantic. I'm kind of having fun figuring it out, the puzzle that is, because the deck is a lot different than everything else is in this game right now. Ooh, this is going to be a pretty good clap for us. It's a pretty good clap trap. We won't be able to play anything else unless we... Oh no, we won't even be... Even if we drew our 1-drop, so... Alright, let's clap these boys out of there. And we'll charge up... I guess it's... Potential we go... Yeah, we'll still burn another bulwark. Regen back up to full. This is not the deck that I'm afraid of this one in, but there's a lot of decks that I have been playing that Red Carnival has just been absolutely devastating. Okay, this is gonna be a really good start, really good turn for us now. We get to set this guy up, and now the race is just heavily in our favor. The basic problem with the design is that regardless of how good or how bad the deck is, it's always going to see gigantic shifts in win rate based on whether or not you have Necromantic on 3. The games are going to be vastly different. I will say that. Oh, we did kind of burn our way to deal with 7-ring ritual here, though. We'll just draw it, right? Oh, no, okay. So let's see. I'm not gonna want to, because I'm gonna want to libre this turn. So I guess I can bulwark to try to see if I draw it. That's not it. So we're going to for sure stun this one. Kill the one that's furthest right. And then we'll burn this baby so we can also get a tough down. Here. Okay. You run Magnus 2 core? Yes. What up, Adam? This is Mythcards. It's everyone's favorite game, Mythcards. Yeah, I have Magnus and I have the double claps. I don't have Misanthropia. If you click on the link logic for exclamation point decks, you can see. Ooh, okay. We will get the draw here from the Harvester. Oh, okay, I see. Nice. Interesting there was that one. I guess it couldn't attack this turn anyway. I suppose that makes sense. Our ring is going to survive, which which is pretty nice. Oh. Yeah, why didn't he do this earlier? No, this is what he was going to do. This could have worked out way better for him. Wait, did he just die in a turn, though? He has all the damage on him. Oh no, he just goes back to a 1, okay. The fucking troll Magnus, dude, come on. The troll Magnus. We have 7. I guess I just played and bulwark it. Yeah, right on time, Magnus. Goddamn game, dude. Alright, yeah, we'll just do it. We'll just do it. We're not burninating anything. I don't know anything about the lore about Magnus Thorsson, but he's gotta be a scumbag, just like among top scumbags. I can't tell if his armor is really good or if I'm just biased because I put Pox bringing in all my decks. The armor's really good. I think the bulwark is a pretty insane card. Alright, how much do we care about all of this? We have 7. Could go potentially to 8, which doesn't really do us much good. I think we're still just gonna... I think we're still in just the jammin' fatties phase. Let's get away from a potential... Actually, I kind of want to do it like this. I want to move this and go here. I'm still playing around him just throwing damage on my guys with Magmator. And I like kind of setting this edge a little bit here more with having Impel to be able to do this no matter what. I think this is just a better use. Alright, cool. We did it. We're smart. The 1 mana 2/2, yeah, I don't run him in any of my decks because most of them aren't like really base yellow like that. A lot of the ones that I probably would like end up playing things like Valkyrie Tough, so. Dude. And we'll just put you right next to this guy. Let's do this. Ollama Ring is... Whew. It's like the reason I play this deck pretty much. That and the Miso Libres. Oh man, they're so good. Eager Recruit best one drop. I laugh at you, yeah. Kolbach is pretty ridiculous. Alright, we'll run it back. Hazalj! So, the awkward part about this deck is that you can never go tough into Libre, but that's usually okay. There are very few times where that happens. Tough into fossegrim is usually a significantly better play anyway if you ever can do it. But if you ever need to Libre on 3 or you want to, you can always just end up like playing Thane on 2 if you draw it instead of tough. Alright, perfect. We drew a card that we definitely wanted to burn. I was contemplating having to potentially burn Clapper or Enforcer, but we won't have to worry about that till next turn now. Yeah, Fossegrim is such a good card. 3/4, Awaken, move your guys, and has regen 1 as well. Yikes. On a 3/4. That card starts on turn 3 and is at the end of the game when I win pretty frequently. Yeah, regen 1 seems pretty tacked on. I would play the card without the regen 1, totally. Alright, they have Impel as well, so it's going to be something plus. They would have to potentially use both of these, so... Yeah, we might just tough next turn too, so let's ditch the Enforcer. I don't think that's going to be a great card right now. Let's do this. We'll want to, for sure, charge a yellow card next turn and the following turn. It's probably going to be Vicious Cycle or... I would like to hold on to Harvester if I can. But the thing is, it's nice is that even playing a second Valkyrie Tough as our quote 3-drop is still great. Like a 3/3 on turn 3 as well is still just fine, so. But the idea of the deck is to ideally either hit a turn 2 a turn 2 tough into something, or a turn 2 thane into a meso libre. Oh my god, bulwark is so good. What if we just do that instead? I think we do. So we go vicious cycle to be able to bulwark our guy. Traderino, and let's just not have to worry about this 4 damage hitting our head. We'll let him draw the card. To heaven and back getting burned. Thank God. I actually don't think that we're running like a rune or anything like that in our deck, so. Are we racing? I have double harvester in my hand. I think we're racing. It's like Toon's list. Oh, they're like, yeah, the red-orange, like, grinder deck. So, couple of options then. Yeah, let's make them have it. Oh, no, we're in winter. We're in winter, we're in winter. Okay, so let's do it here then. We'll make him, pay for it if he wants to do it. Oh, yeah, Thane, we don't need you anymore. Actually, we don't need the second, we don't need this tough anymore, and we're more likely to just probably play that anyway, if we needed to. It'd be easier for us to play. Could also have the 4-1 rush. Oh, Magmatar is actually not too bad. It's not nearly as good as he thought it was going to be, I don't think. Alright, 5 we could have this turn. 5er, you say. A bulwark could be a pretty good start. Could be a pretty good start. That would allow us to still play a Thane, or do we just play the Ollama ring? Ollama feels pretty good. That would give us the ability to charge Thane this turn and then save the bulwark. Thunderclap and push 9? Yeah. I kind of like that too. No, maybe we don't draw. Maybe I could just frenzy my guy. Yeah, because then next turn, save clap for what if we beat him before then? We have a lot of stuff there before. He's at 5 and then 6. If I clap him, he's drawing anyway. I guess I'm actually going to draw. I don't think I would want to frenzy this guy anyway, so. Alright, we can send the scout back. Yeah, I'm going to clap him. We can just slam harvesters the rest of the game, so. There's still another clap and a Magnus in the deck, so. We're not completely dead to 7-ring ritual. But if he doesn't have it, he's definitely dead to all this. There ain't a force on earth that's going to beat this if you're a red deck. Other than, I guess, 7-ring ritual exactly. Alright, so I guess it is the bulwark that we charge. Alright, actually, maybe it's just the ring. I think my guys are big enough, right? Bulwark I can see coming more in handy. Cost 6. So he would seal it. No, I guess I am just gonna draw. Alright, well, I guess we get to keep a bulwark. Alright, I think this is. I think we can still beat 7-ring ritual from here. We'd have 3 shots at a draw if we needed to draw it specifically here. No, it's just Gakugantamakia. Okay. That is not too bad. Temptation. Not very good against most of our deck. Doesn't do anything against Harvester, for example. Alright, play a harvester, play two things. Play a harvester, play two things. Let's play harvester this turn and play two things next turn. Just keep getting fat. Yikes. Is he gonna use it right away? Probably not, right? Oh, you're watching it in Mythgard as well? Oh yeah, you're probably only getting it barely any sooner anyway. Yeah, fossegrim is gonna be pretty stupid here. Okay, goodbye. Thanks for the 4/4. See ya. Oh man, actually, how do I do this? I think. Damn. Uh, Shoot. I don't care about this vicious cycle anymore. Bye bye. See ya. He can just do all this nonsense next turn to be able to kill my guy, but we got it. We got in there. We're getting pretty close to cataclysm range. Him being in winter 2 means that our fossegrim at least is gonna make that full trade with his 4/4, the Ifrit over here. We would tie up 2 of his mana here for him to have to make this trade. Oh god. Okay. That's a stairway to Hades. Whenever his minion dies there, it comes back as a demon with frenzy, as long as they're not already a demon. So he's gonna even get that trigger as well. Did he move his guy and then not? What? Sir? I don't think he did that right. I can just kill his guy and then move my guy and attack again now, though. Okay. Wait. Yeah, this works. Okay, so we kill this guy. Scooch on over. Scoochy booch. And since you're gonna just be chasing his ass over there the whole time, I'll just go over here with Thorsson. Good luck. Probably could have just played Jotun and then had the overrun damage afterwards, but I think that this presents enough assholery for him to not be able to deal with. Okay. Oh god, the to heaven and back stair. Like, look at this. How am I supposed to beat this combination? To heaven and back and stairway to Hades. Oh, that's how. Right? Can I? If I shoot? No. I move. I move and kill you. Yeah. Right? Hold on. This works. Yeah. I move. And I kill you. And then I move. And I kill you. Nice! Fossegrim is stupid. Yeah, Logic just has that one just like queued up, copy and paste every time. Wow, that was a fun game. That was like almost a puzzle throughout the whole game itself. I was just like trying to figure it out. Good old Magnaroni.